stopping deforestation and restoring 200 million hectares of forest and other ecosystems by the year 2030, backed by close to $20 billion in public and private funding. That's the pledge made by more than 100 world leaders at COP26, the UN climate conference in Glasgow, Scotland. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro spoke via video link.
We are committed to eliminating illegal deforestation by 2030. I call on every country to help defend all forests, including with adequate resources for the benefit of all.
Methane emissions coming mainly from industries such as oil, gas, and coal will also be slashed. Leaders committed to cut levels 30% by 2030 under the Global Methane Pledge, an initiative pushed by the US and European Union.
So cutting back on methane emissions is one of the most effective things we can do to reduce near-term global warming and keep 1.5 degrees Celsius. It is the lowest hanging fruit.
With prospects for his climate legislation uncertain in Congress, U.S. President Joe Biden unveiled a series of domestic initiatives to support the deforestation and methane pledge. He slammed China and Russia for not doing their part.
But the fact that China, trying to assert, understandably, a new role in the world as a world leader, not showing up, come on. The single most important thing that's gotten the attention of the world is climate. Everywhere. From Iceland to Australia, it just is a gigantic issue. And they've walked away. How do you do that and claim to be able to have any leadership mantle? The same with Putin and Russia.
China and Russia reject the accusation and say Western industrialized nations are the ones who need to do more, since they are responsible for most of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere today. Both countries have aimed to cut emissions by net zero by 2060, a decade after the global target. But they did commit to end deforestation.
We take the strongest and most vigorous measures to conserve it. We improve forest management and fight illegal logging and forest fires. We are expanding reforestation areas. We have been consistently increasing funding for these purposes.
Climate activists welcome the commitments but are still skeptical.
This is the problem with a lot of these commitments. There is an accountability gap. Governments made similar pledges in 2014 with the New York Declaration on Forests, but they didn't lead to anywhere near the progress that was expected.
COP26 negotiations will continue until November 12th, but one major proposal, ending coal dependency, was dead on arrival. At the G20 summit in Rome last week, leaders of the 20 largest economies could not agree on when to phase out this dirty source of energy that accounts for more than 70% of greenhouse emissions. Patsy Kuswara, VOA News, Glasgow, Scotland.